Sunny Hills Lancers, co-champions of the Freeway League. Hello again, everyone. I'm Wayne D'Antoni. With me is Russ Bollinger. It's a chilly, cool night. Also a bit of rain here this evening, but that won't dampen the enthusiasm on both sides of the field tonight as we are in the Central Conference semifinals between Valencia and Sunny Hills. And Russ, you've been in the playoffs a couple times during your 10-year NFL career with the Lions and the Rams. What's it like feeling that playoff pressure?
Well, it's nerve-wracking. The situation stands that whoever loses tonight turns into hardware. Whoever wins gets a chance at the finals next week. So it's a do-or-die situation.
There's no two ways about that whatsoever. This evening, we do have a bit of rain, as we said. How is that going to affect the offenses?
I think on both sides of the ball, it's going to be tough. I think the team that will be bothered the most will be Sunny Hills because they do throw the ball a lot. Now, Valencia sticks to the running game, and I don't think it'll affect them. This turf here is pretty hard. It hasn't rained enough to get too muddy yet. So I see that both teams are good defensive teams, and it's going to be a defensive struggle, a low-scoring game.
And, of course, since it's Valencia, the Orange League against the Freeway League champion Sunny Hills, we have the North Orange County Championship game here tonight, but, of course, they can't be looking past that to the championship game at all.
Well, the final will be against Anaheim or the Bolsa Grande winners, so whoever wins tonight's going to be there. They got a chance to play in the Big A in Anaheim, so I'd say there's some excited kids out here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We expect to have a lot of fun, too, so stick around. We'll be back at the opening kickoff in just a moment.
Tonight's CIF playoff game is brought to you by Bob McLaren's BMW. Put the excitement back in driving today with a BMW. By Oscar Mayer. Fine products available at your local grocer. By the Los Angeles Rams. By Labard & Underwood. Get an outrageous deal on a new Honda today at Labard & Underwood. Giovanni's. Great pizza, fine Italian food, and a family atmosphere. And finally, by Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury.
Servicing your BMW demands the same precision craftsmanship that went into creating it. Bob McLaren BMW offers something that cannot be imported. A uniquely personalized service dedicated to your automobile's exacting needs. At Bob McLaren BMW, we believe a high-performance car deserves a high-performance dealer.
You said slowly. I said toasty. Oh. Oscar Mayer roast from slow and toasty to be tasty. Okay. Oscar Mayer. I still can't do it. Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer roasts him slow and toasty to be tasty. That seals in the juices to make Oscar Mayer just the best that it can be.
I'm afraid he's not going to be able to say it.
The heat is...
Watching cable TV is great during the holidays, but not if you're doing it illegally, because stealing cable is a crime. Your cable company knows who's been naughty or nice, so for goodness sake, call your cable company. Sign up for the services you want. No questions asked. And don't steal cable.
We are moments away from the opening kickoff in this evening's game, and we are reenacting the coin toss right now at midfield. The drizzle continues, and the forecast is for rain most of the night. Sunny Hills has won the toss. They have elected to defer until the second half, so Valencia will be receiving at the goal down to our left. Our referee for tonight is Lee Phelps. The umpire is Charlie Wells. Back judge is Randy Davis. Head linesman Rich Castañeda. And the field judge is Joe Orduna. There you see the Sunny Hills Lancers, Freeway League champions, reeling off 7 in a row to start the season. And, of course, that only loss was to La Habra, the team that they wound up co-champions with, shutting out Fullerton near the end. And then, of course, 2 playoff game victories over La Quinta in a wild game and over Saddleback last week. Another outstanding team. We'll give you the Valencia season results in just a moment, but first, number 16, Carlos Miramontes, will be kicking the football off. And he'll be booting it back deep to either number 22, Dorian Estes of Valencia, or number 42, Randy Ruskelly. There you see them back deep. Ruskelly on the left, Miramontes on the right. Ready for a great game, Russ.
Looking forward to it. It's the semis, baby.
It's the only way to go. Miramontes puts the left foot to it. It's a nice kick coming down to the 1-yard line. Ruskelly has it. The man in front of him falls down. And he gets up past the 15-yard line to the 17. He ran right up the back of a teammate of his, number 11, whom we haven't got on our roster tonight. Now you see the starting offense for the Valencia Tigers. Chris DeRizio is the quarterback. The running backs are Dorian Estes and Keith Leisure, Robert Navarrete, and Dave DiFilippo, the starting wide receivers. And in the offensive line, it's Don Winters, Brad Hall, Brett Jenkins, Alan Harrison, and Sean Rackups. The tight end is number 90. That's Mark Aljeco. He's replacing Mike Edwards on offense tonight. Edwards normally goes both ways. First down and 10. Give you that Valencia defense in just a moment. And on first down, the handoff goes to Leisure, the fullback. He busts away from one tackle, but doesn't get away from two, as he is going to be brought down by big number 44. That's A.J. Vidari, an inside linebacker. At the Lancer defense, on the tackles, you've got Brian Edmonds, and that's Steve Edmonds. Mark Payan is the nose guard, or Scott Edmonds is one of the defensive tackles. Sean Lawler and A.J. Vidari are the inside linebackers. And Rick DeFazio and Stuart Richardson are the outside linebackers. Gene Shutt, Rob Spurlock, the corners. The safety men are Mike McGuire and Dave Chisholm, the quarterback. There we go. Second down, call at 10 from the 17-yard line. The handoff is going to go around the left side. There's Estes with some running room. He's got out to the 23-yard line before he's brought down. Shutt came up from the cornerback spot and helped out Shannon Lawler on the stop. Pickup of about 6 yards. It'll bring up third down and 4.
Well, like I mentioned to you, Wayne, Valencia Tigers are a running ball club, and here on the replay, you'll see them go to Estes here. They fake Leisure, who ran the ball that first plays, and Estes gets outside and makes a nice gain. Estes had to pick up for where Goulet had left off, and Leisure, the sophomore, who also plays nose tackle, is having a great year at fullback.
And we are about ready to go with the third down play, but they got waved off because a timeout has been called by Sunny Hills, the first timeout of the first period. So we have no score, 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first period of play. And already our first timeout. Let's take a look now at the Valencia Tigers 1986 results. They opened up with a tie with very highly regarded Westminster, and everyone thought they were a real power when they belted Sonora all over the field. Their lone loss was to Troy in an outstanding game that we had here on our North Orange County Game of the Week. And since then, they have reeled off 8 consecutive victories in playoff action. They have won 2 straight, defeating Los Amigos and Artesia. The champions of the Orange League against the co-champions of the Freeway League. We should have a fantastic battle tonight. It's third down and 4 from the 23-yard line.
Wayne, I mentioned to you about Goulet. That's Tony Goulet, their great running back. And he was hurt at 4th ball game of the year, had knee surgery, and he's not playing here tonight. They could sure use him in this big one.
There goes Keith Leisure, a nice gain over the left side. He's got a first down out past the 30 to the 31-yard line before he's brought down by Scott Edmonds, the right defensive tackle, as you see the jubilation on the far side of the field.
And that Leisure's the fellow that took over for Goulet, and here's his second chance tonight and does a great job of running. This kid's only a sophomore. You have to remember that. He's playing both ways. He's also playing nose tackle. Nice little gainer, gets the first down.
They've done a great job of overcoming obstacles this season. Of course, they had to start the season beginning with replacing Ray Polaris, one of the all-time great running backs in high school football, the top ground gainer, if I may say so, in Orange County history. On first down, not much running room up the gut there. And this time, the ball is carried by Leisure. He gets nothing. Give him about a yard.
That's a stingy defense there for Sunny Hills. They've got a very, very tough defense. The Edmond brothers made all-league, came out in the papers this week. They've got great inside linebackers. They got Chisholm back there. He's a headhunter, tough ball player, also plays quarterback. It's going to be a lot of fun. That defense for Valencia is not too bad themselves.
Second down, we'll call it 9 yards to go. A play action. Chris DeRizio dropping back, looking for some time. Fires over the middle, incomplete. Pass is intended for number 24. That is Richard Nelson, a wide receiver and part-time running back. A lot of heat put on by the big pass rush of the Lancers that time.
DeRizio, he had a lot of time there. You'll see here in a replay, a lot of time. Goes play action to Estes. Fakes the play action. Zips the ball out to Nelson. Good pass, kept it low. Drop ball.
It'll bring up a third down. We'll call it about 8 yards to go for DeRizio and company. 3 wide receivers in this set. DeRizio drops back. He lofts it out there. He's going out there for number 14. It's tight end Edwards, and he overthrows him. Covering on the play was Tim Imperiali, the fine two-way player for Valencia.
There you see Coach Devaney for Sunny Hills. He's done a great job with these kids all year. They're 11-1. He's talking to his quarterback, giving him some last-minute information, saying, hey, don't worry about this rain. We'll still put it up.
4th down and 9. Oh, a bad snap for the punter, Alan Harrison, but the right guard gets it off. It's a nice kick on the bounce. Inside the 40, will roll dead at about the 35-yard line, it looks like, and that's right about where it's going to die. Nice reaction by Harrison. Halo's offensive lineman got some pretty good moves sometimes, Bully.
I'll have to say so. That guy was lucky to get that punt off.
And now we'll take a look for the first time this evening at the Sunny Hills Lancer offense with 9:13 to go in the first quarter and no score in the contest. At quarterback, we've got David Chisholm. And he's joined in the offensive backfield by the fullback, Brian Edmonds. And tailback Tim Imperiali. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, actually. There goes Edmonds, the fullback. He's got about 3 yards over the left side before he's brought down by Keith Leisure, the nose tackle.
There's Leisure's name once again.
And the starting lineup, so you see Tim Imperiali and Brian Edmonds, the running backs. Mike McGuire, Kevin Glass, the wide receivers. And in the offensive line, you've got Clark Snyder and Kevin Sharp, the tackles, Steve Silvestri and Mark Jewell, the guards. Steve Shin is the center, and the tight end is number 87, Eric Carpenter. After a 3-yard pickup at 2nd down and 7 from the 38-yard line. There goes Imperiali on his first carry of the night. He's got some running room. Look out. He's in the clear. He gets almost away from the last man at the 35-yard line of Valencia before he's finally brought down. A touchdown-saving tackle by number 42, Randy Roskelly, the new starter in the secondary tonight for the injured Brett Gregory.
Here's one of the most dangerous runners in the Central Conference here. Imperiali goes outside, first play of the ball game. Got lots of running room, good blocking. And he looks like he's going to go all the way, and it's a nice tackle here by Roskelly.
I believe we had a personal foul called, that clip actually that's going to bring this one back, though. A big break for Valencia as 15 yards will be marked off by that referee right there, Lee Phelps. Taking it all the way back to the 23-yard line. And let's hear what the gentleman has to say.
All right, offense, clipping, 2nd down.
That's a tough break there for Sunny Hills. That's a great way to jump out there on offense like that. Give the ball to your gun, Imperiali, and it's called back, clipping.
2nd down, 21 yards to go. There's a handoff right up the gut, gets about nothing. Edmonds carrying, gets to about the 24. It'll bring up 3rd down and 20. There's the defense. Cruz and Dunn at the ends. Joe Acosta at the one defensive tackle. Eric Peterson the other. Keith Leisure is the starting nose guard for the Tigers. And the rest of the defense, very active inside linebackers. Steve Rangel and Kevin Barton. Nacho Garcia and Dorian Anestes are the cornerbacks. Randy Roskelly and Mike Edwards, the safeties. From the 24-yard line, 3rd down and 20. And they're not going to fool around in this rain. They're going to give it to Imperiali over the right side. He'll get about 5 or 6 yards before he is finally piled up. And coming over to make the stop is Steve Rangel, a 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore linebacker at the 30-yard line. So the unfortunate clipping call wiped out a very nice run for a 1st down, and it turns out the attempted drive for the Sunny Hills Lancers.
Well, 3rd and long situation. They go to their best running back, and that's Imperiali. Coach Devaney went with him 3 weeks ago against Fullerton, decided to use him at running back. He'd been playing wide receiver all year long, and not a bad move by the coach.
And here's the punt that's fair caught by Mike Edwards at the 45-yard line. Not a very long kick that time for Sunny Hills. And a 1st down with great field position for the Tigers. Kick out only 25 yards. First down and 10 for the Tigers now. DeRizio brings him up to the line. From the wishbone set. Handoff's going to go to Leisure. Got a bit of running room. And he's got 5 yards and a fumble on the play. And it's recovered by the Sunny Hills Lancers. Leisure gets about 6 yards over the left side. He got dragged down by Shannon Lawler, who stripped the ball loose and then fell on it. A big break and our first turnover of the night. It goes to Sunny Hills.
Awful big play here for Sunny Hills. Early in the first quarter. Go to Leisure. Nice, good tackling there. It almost